The reason why your YouTube account hasn't taken off yet is probably because you've been worrying about the wrong thing. The problem is not the camera that you're using or the software. The problem is probably your storytelling. It's 80% storytelling and 20% the shell and the design that you have. Every successful YouTuber scripts their videos. I will show you my most successful YouTube video, the beginning, and you can tell it outperformed my videos because people kept watching longer. And why was that? Because of the hook. Getting monetized on YouTube is actually easy. First thing is your videos are too short, and that's why they keep watching, because they immediately get to know, what is this video about? Is this something that I'm interested in? And then they keep watching because they want to know the answers. When it comes to creating your story, you need to think of the main message of your video. And the main message is probably in the end, or it comes throughout your video. So you need to imagine it like a long hallway, but instead of already seeing what's there in the end, because that will just make people leave right away if they already know your main message, is that you add doors in the hallway and there's always one door opening. And the people want to know what's behind the next door, what's behind the next door. That's the same way cliffhangers work on TV shows. Another thing is emotion. You need to add emotion to your videos because that way people can remember your message and the things that you're talking about. So you need to add maybe personal experiences to the scientific thing that you're trying to tell them. One example I can give you to understand storytelling is, think of a professor of math. That person knows a lot of stuff about math. But just because that person knows a lot about math doesn't mean that person can teach it to high schoolers, because it's a different level. In order for him or her to succeed teaching it to high schoolers, you need to be able to break down the complex thing. And math is something that people struggle with all around the world. And it's not because math is harder than any other subject. It's because most people are not able to teach it properly so students understand. And that's the thing about your YouTube videos. People need to understand what you're talking about. That's why scripting is so important. You actually have the advantage as a small content creator that you are not a pro yet. You're a beginner teaching something to other beginners. And this is your advantage because you don't know all the specific terms yet. It's easier for you to explain it in a more simple way compared to someone that already studied biology and has a master's degree and uses all these words that some people don't even understand. And I noticed that filing my taxes, there were so many special words that I had no clue about, and it was not being explained at all. If you're able to break down something complex, you're going to be successful. I've been seeing a lot of newcoming YouTubers that actually have faceless channels and they perform so well. They got monetized and a lot of subscribers within just a couple of weeks or 2 months maximum. And I thought to myself, how is it possible that some people seem to be getting successful very fast and others struggle for years? And the answer is storytelling. It is the way that people use visual images and the text that they're saying. It aligns. It's from starting with the hook. It's from starting with your title picture. Is that telling the story of your video? Or is it like clickbait and people click on it and then just leave? That way, the algorithm will not show your videos to more people because the people clicked away because it seems to be irrelevant. It could be a great video, but if your title and the beginning of your video does not match the expectation of the person clicking on the video, your video will not be shown in anyone's feed anymore. And this can be a hard pill to swallow, but also it gives room for this opportunity to get your storytelling good. Before investing into a camera, into a better software, invest into your preparation time. This is like having a TED Talk. Imagine every video that you post is a TED Talk. You can't just freely talk about anything. you need to script it. Go off of bullet points. This is the point I'm trying to make. This is the point I'm trying to make. And that. From there, you can get deeper into scripting, but you need a structure. You need to start off by putting the topic and the problem that revolves around that problem. You need to start off with an introduction to the video. What is the problem that you're trying to solve? Next up, you get into the problem. You try to have people associate them with you by saying that I've struggled with my videos, I tried to improve my videos, certain things didn't work for me, other people can relate because they also try to fix their videos or get more views. So they get out there on YouTube trying to find other people that had the same issues, but they were able to fix it. And then they try to apply it to their YouTube channel, to their problem in their life. After you explain the problem, you come up with the solution. This is what you're going to do, step 1, 2, 3. And again, it's important to make it as simple as possible. When it comes to math, the problem is if something from your base is missing, people can't follow you when you continue with math. So some math teachers that know how to teach very well, every equation that they do, they tell you, okay, now we subtract this in this way because of that rule. And that way you're able to follow and understand. The same thing applies to your videos. A lot of times, if something makes sense to us, we skip certain parts and then it doesn't make sense for the other person. If they feel that way, they will leave your video again. So you constantly need to feed the audience something interesting, and that can be hard. But if you just start out by writing something and then you can ask ChatGPT for feedback, and then you can ask what's something that I could change so it feels more relatable to people, you need to reduce it to the most relevant parts. How far can I reduce my information for people to still get it, yet for it to still be interesting enough and for people to get the whole concept of the video? Famous speakers like Steve Jobs, if you try to analyze the videos that you really liked, you will notice it's because they keep saying interesting stuff. They usually use more buts than ands in their sentences. And that's why people keep watching, because they want to know the answer. They keep coming with a problem and then they keep coming with an answer to that problem. There's this video of this old man talking, giving life advice. Why do people watch it even though it's not edited at all? It's like a one take 20-minute video. It's because it's authentic, and the same thing applies to you. If you're starting out your YouTube, you work your 9-to-5 job, and you want to make a video about how to make your first million, people are not going to watch it. It's not necessarily because what you're saying isn't true. It's because they're not buying your story. They see you struggling with your 9-to-5, and then they will just assume, well, you didn't make it yet, so why would I want to watch that? Based on the resources that you have right now, you need to see what can I do that improves most of my video. And there are plenty of videos talking about how to increase your watch time, how to increase your subscribers, post short form content. And of course, that stuff can help. But with buying my camera, I didn't gain more subscribers that I gained before having my camera. It's about understanding what has the biggest impact. Improving your storytelling is the biggest game changer. If it takes you longer to prepare those videos, I think it's worth it because the results are so much better than just taking your camera and saying something that you think is relevant. It has to be relevant and it also has to be relatable.